love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with cash? What's pain?
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On second down, it's Carson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll run on first down. Carson. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. Oh, he's going to air it out and got his man complete. The 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Calvin Ridley, 84 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
2nd and 9.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. Past the 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. DK Metcalf with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken about a yard deep. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The face mask moves him all the way out past the 40 now for first down. Taylor. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he's got this down to the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Taylor. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
2nd and 11 now. They'll try the air now with Newton. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun, here's Newton. Now there's a quick throw caught by Andrews. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
Pittsburgh.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
Going jet sweep, here's Campbell. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. Shotgun handoff to Pollard. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Cam Newton now with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They go play action now. Wilson. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That catch good for only a couple.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll move the chains.
Raven. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
First quarter with the score, Steelers 14, Ravens 6.
Now the 3rd-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Justin Simmons.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Right there, 54. Hey, 54, Mike. I got it. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
On 2nd and very short, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
Intercepted by the Steelers.
That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver. Whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter, they'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he will find Ridley. That's complete. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They run with Taylor, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 and the 34.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, Newton. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 16. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
And a Steeler first down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On the draw, it's Pollard. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. But they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Going jet sweep. Here's Campbell. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Paris Campbell, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Now, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here we go, G. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. It's been a long day for you. Watch safety creep, watch safety creep. 14. Safety's creeping. 54.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. This is Carson. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
12. Mike 55.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. This is caught by Jackson. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He's going to fire one deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Mike 54.
He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
1st and 10.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, 0. Let's make these babies cry on the way back home. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. 14. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Hey, watch this.
Throwing again. Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there, he had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Let's put that team on the bus. Check. 55 for Mike. Go. 55 for Mike. Check.
They'll try to run with Carson. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
It's now 4th and goal.
They'll come out in the pistol. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And that is going to be incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
A gain of 22 yards.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
On the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. This one caught by Ridley. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
First down.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Newton. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
To Calvin Ridley.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Ready? Katie. 56.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
5-yard line.
20.
Here's Pollard. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now Newton on 3rd and goal. The quick slant caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Mark Andrews. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6.
The score, Steelers 28, Ravens 6. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
On the return, the Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
We're in Baltimore, third quarter action, 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. That's caught by Jackson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st down, Wilson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson able to hit his target, Claypool. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Chase Claypool, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
Ravens 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded near the back of the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Now Newton on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So that'll back him up 5. Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. Now Pollard. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Eddie Jackson.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Completes it to Samuel. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw, Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. Not much there, only a yard.
Deebo Samuel. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
2nd and 9 from the 44. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton looking left side. Andrews with it, complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And it's another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
To the air again, Newton. Airing it out, looking for... And this is caught inside the 5. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. 4 touchdown passes now for Cam Newton. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw here, trailing big in the 4th quarter. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down.
He was covered by Stephon Gilmore.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Completion here to Claypool. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
To throw again, Wilson. And this is incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. But now it'll be 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
On 3rd down, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Throw left side, taken in by Claypool. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. So the drive's going to start with Pollard pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Number 20.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's got this down to the 35. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Eddie Jackson with a tackle. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. He finds an opening past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. 55's Mike, guys. 55. Check, 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 check. Check. One flip. Check. 55.
Throwing again. Wilson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. but I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30, and they should be able to go up and get it most of the time.
He got it there.
First down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Mike, 55. Right there.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal.
Switch gears. Touch 50, touch 50.
They'll get this quickly out to Claypool. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. I'll get him. Get him. Get him.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
And that is caught, but the bank judge right there to say incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now second and 7 from the 23. They run once more with Taylor. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
Today's final score, Steelers.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Steelers, the win moves them up to 5-2 now.